So here's the thing, right? We got Sal here. Sal sends in a lot of replays. It's classic Sal. Always playing High Elves. But he did not send me a Tyrion replay for once. He sent me Eltharion. So I was like, alright, Sal. I get it. I was going to boycott you for a while. I was not going to cast any more of your replays because of the incident. But, Sal, you're bringing Eltharion instead of Tyrion. So I've noticed this, and I'm like, hey, guess I have to cast it. And then on the other side, you gave me Skaven with Deathglow Bombardiers. So now my hands are really tied. Because I wanted, like I said, after the incident, I was never going to talk to you again. But, like, how could I not cast this? So we're just going to cast this. But then, it's back to silence for me. As I realized I forgot to set up my anti-click technology to improve audio quality so you don't hear clicking. Is a sweater over my hand. Boom! It's installed. We have high-tech solutions here at Skaven Industries. All right, for the High Elves, rushing at the Skaven, we have Eltharion Reavers, Silverhelms, Warlions of Crace, Rangers, White Lions of Crace, Dragon Princes, Eltharion the Grim, Ithilmar Cherries, and Warlions of Crace. Big old surround. On the side for the Skaven, we do have a front line of Skaven Slaves, a secondary line of Skaven Slave Spears, 2 Deathglow Bombardiers, the purple version, Blight Scab's Plague Pack, Plague Bunk, Sensor Bear, ROR, 2 Warplock Jazales, the Avalanche Mortars, 3 Rat Ogres, including the Pitfire's Help and Foot Icket Claw with a whole bunch of spells. Good first volley onto the White Lions of Crace. One of the reasons that Skaven are traditionally considered a counter against the High Elves is their ability to just mulch through the tightly packed infantry. Over here we do have Rat Ogres fighting Silverhelms, Eltharion Reavers. Deathglow Bombardiers, not going to turn and help out with that fight. A little too distracted on the front line, killing off the Rangers and White Lions. The Hives are going to lose a lot of their infantry very, very, very quickly. Eltharion dives onto the back line of the Avalanche Mortars. We'll have some Spears come back and try and deal with him. While the Eltharion Reavers and Dragon Princes also eat through some Rat Ogres. So the Skaven backline is under duress, but Eltharion's having a bad old time. Taking a lot of damage from our Jazales at point-blank range. They were shooting him, and then Blightscab's Plague Pack plus the Skaven Slave Spears move up. And Eltharion is going to rout. Fang Sword gives him a bit of physical resistance, but that's magic damage coming at you from the Blightscab's Plague Pack. Skaven are very much up on the balance of power. As we can see, the front line for the High Elves is all but dead already. Avalanche Mortars killing a couple of their own Skaven Slaves to take White Lions of Crace with them. Definitely worth. The High Elves are going to have to rely on their Dragon Princes, Eltharion Reavers, and War Lions on the backfield to try and change the outcome of this battle. We still have one Deathglow up and alive. The Avalanche Mortars have turned their ire onto the Silverhelms, who paired up with the Pitfires of Hell's Deep are easy? Simple? Something. They are able, there we go, able to push these guys off. As I stutter my way through this replay. Blightscab's Plague Pack offering their contaminated debuff to anybody they strike, lowering that leadership. The High Elves are uniquely qualified to ignore that, though. They're one of the highest leadership factions in the game, so they're not going to rout off just because some smelly rat swings a club at them. Deathglow Bombardiers under attack by Dragon Princes will slowly get killed off. And the Fang Sword... Ooh, not the Fang Sword. The other one. The Helm of Yvress, making these Eltharion Reavers unbreakable so that they'll hold the Deathglow Bombardiers in place. Not the Deathglow. What the hell am I doing with this? I'm just so bad at casting things. The Blightscab's Plague Pack in place. Icket is now fighting Eltharion. Not a fight he is equipped to win, especially as Eltharion gives himself Hand of Glory for more melee attack and reload. He needs that reload speed. He really does. To reload his Griffin's Claws or whatever. But he's mostly going for the melee attack to just beat up on Icket. Icket's down to half HP. Eltharion Reaver's going to charge into these Deathglow Bombardiers from behind. But Blightscab's Plague Pack are still very healthy. The Dragon Prince is trying to get over here. Yeah, oof. Yeah, that's what we should have been doing all game. Deathglow Bombardiers are so good at killing cavalry. Poison Globes are too. Icket is an anti-large duelist just because of his staff being like a halberd, but Eltharion is much better in the combat stats category than him, and he does terror out off Icket. War Lions diving in, trying to get their armor piercing into this fight, where the Death Globes are withstanding a lot of attacks from Eltharion Reavers due to their high armor values. Bounce power is coming back more to even, and the Skaven are largely relying on the high HP pools of Blightscab's Plague Pack and then some of these you know, weapons teams. Eltharion lands back on Ikit. Still trying to claw him to death. Terror route was all he got so far. Now he might get a real route coming in as he hits Ikit yet again. Negative group of sharpshooters shooting at these guys. Deathglobe Bombardiers both route, getting pushed off. Eltharion does Apotheosis heal himself. In the distance, the last Warblock Giselle getting eaten alive by the War Lions of Krace. I shouldn't say last, because I guess Natty Boobas are here, but they have such an insignificant amount of HP that I don't really consider them here for much longer. Skaven are starting to fall behind. The White Lions of Krace recharge these guys. Going to get them to rout. Eltharion could just pursue Ikit off the battlefield. And without that, Skaven just running out of gas. Blightscap's Plague Pack trying to charge back in here with their flails. And if they can just sit and fight the Dragon Princes, they'll do a lot of damage. But the Dragon Princes are going to opt out. They don't want anything to do with this. Oh, hi, Ithilmar Chariots. I didn't even notice you all game. Yeah, it looks like the Skaven didn't really either. 137 value. Probably just doing some disruption. Ooh, the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep are actually still pretty healthy. I wonder where they were. Looks like they were chasing something off. But they're back now, fighting Dragon Princes and War Lions. They'll lose that fight without any support. But they'll give it hell on the way out. Berserk stage 1, just giving him some physical resistance. Almost full intensity. And they'll try and fight back. I guess the Dragon Princes don't have magic damage or anything. Eltharion's still struggling to actually kill off Ikit Claw, while the Ithilmar Chariots just escort things off the map, which is fine. Nice Apotheosis in onto the Dragon Princes as they run away. Death Globes are back, though. Get a good little volley onto the Dragon Princes. Just some nice poke damage. Not too much else you can honestly expect out of them at 13 out of 48 models. And they get charged and knocked out. But Skaven are doing okay versus these Dragon Princes. Gonna mire them down in slaves while Rat Ogres try and charge them from the side, and Blightscap's Plague Pack are poking people away. And the Dragon Princes actually do rout. Eltharion's coming, and Blightscap's Plague Pack are trying to rally the boys because everyone around them gets ITP because of Rabble Rouse, I think it's called. Yeah, Rabble Rouse. ITP for everyone. ITP is not a leadership buff, however, because they still just all rout on contact. Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep are out of here. All of the Skaven slaves are out of here, leaving just the normal Rat Ogres and Blightscap's Plague Pack to fight it out. War Lions of Krace get Unbreakable and Apotheosis to make sure they ain't going anywhere. The Ithilmar Chariots doing a great job chasing off the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. Ooh, you're going to want to keep on them, though. Those guys are far too healthy to let them come back into the fight. Because I think the balance of power is a little fraudulent right now. The Skaven could do fine here. Pit Fighters are back. White Lions are gone. The War Lions are taking some damage, and Eltharion is in deep. And if he can't rout Blightscap's Plague Pack, he could actually regret diving in this far against such an elite infantry piece. Army Losses says otherwise, though, and just takes the Skaven out back and shoots him in the head. Rest in peace, Strat Cat 420. Eltharion did well. War Lions of Krace did well. Laird Reavers did very well. Dragon Princes did great. And then the Ithilmar Chariots and Spearmen struggled a little bit more, but they were around in the late game to just push things. Ikit Claw did okay. Giselles did pretty darn well. Avalanche Boarders did pretty darn well. Blightscap's Plague Pack also did great. And the Deathglobe Bombardiers also doing well. The Skaven Slaves and Rat Ogres did what they could to keep things online, but it was a nice close game. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.